You gonna perform like you never performed before, and you gonna do it clean and sober.
Listen to your mom, Cookie. Can Jamal, played by Jussie Smollett, overcome his PTSD and drug dependency and finally perform again?
It's all lined up for tonight's big fall finale of Fox's Empire. Welcome, Jussie.
Hi, Jussie. How are you?
Jamal's been going through a lot this season. PTSD from being shot at last season, and now he's got this big finale. He's got to perform. Is he going to get his act together?
I sure hope so. I sure hope so. You know, what we see is and you're right, he has gone through it from season 1 till now. My goodness, like, what has he not gone through? But, you know, we do see in tonight's episode the fact that Cookie and Lucius, believe it or not, come together in a way that for that moment he kind of needs. So hopefully he'll follow through and get it together. You know, we're rooting for Jamal.
Yeah.
We're all rooting for Jamal.
What do you make of his arc when you would see that on the pages? Because as you said, Jamal has just been put through the ringer, this guy.
To me, it makes sense because I keep saying this. If you look back, episode 1 of season 1, very first show of Empire ever, he specifically said there after singing Good Enough, he's told Cookie, he said, it's not for me. You know, the limelight's not for me. This business is not for me. It changes people. And then so it's interesting to look 3 seasons later, you know, where he's becoming. It's kind of this unraveling of not just a pop star, but of a human being, a very real human being. So it's interesting. I love playing Jamal. He's such an onion, so many layers. You know, it's an artist's dream to be able to play someone as complicated but kind as him. You know?
We were talking about your audition for it, and you said in some ways you're 6 degrees of Alan Thicke in some ways because you auditioned with Blurred Lines.
I did. I had to sing Robin Thicke's line. So, you know, we're thinking of the whole Thicke family, and he obviously, like, I'm looking online, and he's obviously made an imprint on people because he was just, you know, they seem so genuine. I've never met him, but he, you know, he's kind of a legend in the business as far as, not kind of, he truly is a legend in the business.
Okay, so for tonight's fall finale, what are going to be the shockers? Anything from you and Lucius tonight?
Yeah, I mean, come on, there's always something from Jamal and Lucius.
But you want your dad's love.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm starting to acknowledge also the fact that, and I think that it's important, this show shows that no one is just black or white. There's so many shades of gray, you know, in the middle. No one is all bad, except for Donald Trump. But other than that, no one is all bad. No one is all good. And that's what we see even with Lucius. You know, he's not such a, he's bad. He has his moments, but he actually, at the end of the day, really does care about Jamal. He just has a very horrible way of showing it sometimes. So we'll see them come together and fight, but it's a really great episode. I keep saying that we all get to kind of swim in our storylines, and it's very much so this episode is an ensemble piece. So everybody gets to shine.
Well, you talk about ensembles and talk about all the cameos, the stars that everybody wants to be on Empire now. I mean, you've even had Mariah on the show,
that's crazy.
And that's where you guys kind of struck up a relationship, right?
Yeah, no, actually, we struck up a relationship because of Empire.
Oh, okay.
But we struck up a relationship because she's, one of her closest friends is Lee Daniels. So, you know, I just kind of fell into this situation. She asked me to introduce her at the HRC, the Human Rights Campaign Gala, about 2 years ago, and we've just been cool ever since. And B. Scott is one of our mutual friends, so...
and you went on tour with her.
I did. I got to perform with her for her opening act, as her opening act, 3 shows over Thanksgiving holiday in Hawaii.
Tell us Tanaka in the picture is what we want to know.
Oh, come now, y'all. Y'all, that's not my story to tell.
No,
come
but tell us something about working with
She's just
Mariah.
such a wonderful, wonderful creature. And it's so interesting because, don't get me wrong, she's the epitome of the definition of a diva. And I mean, the definition is usually the good things, you know, a professional and such, you know, a master at their craft. But even more than that, she's just a genuine woman. You know, I was her opening act. So for me, I humbly and respectfully would have understood, you know, having like a quarter of the stage. But she gave me the entire same stage that she had, and she was just so wonderful. I can't stress that enough.
Does she
just
bathe
wonderful.
in diamonds?
I'm sure she does.
I wanted to.
I'd bathe in diamonds and pearls and milk. I'm sure she does. The skin is soft, so she smells amazing. So yeah, and she can cook. She cooked for Thanksgiving, and
I've heard that.
through down collard greens and macaroni and cheese and threw down. And I was like, Mariah, you did not make. She was like, darling, I did.